In the last topic, we went over how to create a flow in Node-RED that would let you take off and land your drone. Now we're going to build on that to add some more commands and receive some telemetry data from the Tello. The makers of the Rise Tello drone made a software development kit, or an SDK file, that tells people about how to program it. So we've already set up the UDP port to send command and receive responses. And that allows us to send all of these commands here. So we have the command to enter SDK mode and kind of connect to your drone, the takeoff and land ones. But now you have access to all these too. We're going to configure the up command as an example. So to do that, we're going to follow the same type of thing we did before with just a little more complexity. So if you want to start by copying and pasting one of your inject and change node sets from last time, that's great. It's going to need to be hooked up also to that link node. And what we're doing here is configuring the up command. And for me, I'm going to put 50 as my number. And just realize that's in centimeters. Then I'm going to configure the change node. Again, name is going to be up 50 centimeters. What we need to do is have our first rule as delete message payload, our next as set message payload.tellocmd to up, and a third one that sets message.payload.tello value to 50. You can experiment with other numbers too if you want to go something other than 50 centimeters. We're going to go ahead and click done there. And then I mentioned reading telemetry data from the drone. We actually don't have a UDP node set up to listen to that yet. As the SDK here said, to receive the Tello state, we need to be on UDP port 8890. So let's set that up. You can start by copying and pasting your other UDP port. And just to keep things straight here, I'm going to add some comments. This listens for response to commands, and this UDP port is going to send telemetry data. And we've said telemetry a few times. That basically just means any data about how the drone is doing in the sky at the moment. It's things like height, speed, the temperature of the drone, etc. Or even its battery, which is what we'll configure here after we finish setting up the UDP node to listen for UDP messages on port 8890. It will output a string using IPv4, and we don't need to name it, so we're done. Then this message.payload isn't going to be particularly necessary because we're actually looking to do other things with it. We need to actually put in some change nodes to make sense of this string that's going to be coming out. It'll take one change node to get the huge string of data and make sense of which parts are which so that we can take it apart into information that'll be more understandable. So we'll need a J expression, and then we'll paste this expression. We can name it making sense of string, just so we remember what's going on here. Go ahead, connect it up, and we're going to need a second. Change node 2. This change node is going to be particularly for getting the battery. So we need to set message.payload to message.payload.battery. We can click done, and then get a debug node again for the end here when we want to see the value displayed. So for this part, if we were to look at another property, say height, we could just grab these two nodes again, copy and paste them, and we change, of course, the name, and then have payload.h instead of battery, and hook it up the same way. The list of everything you can ask to be read from the string is down here at the end of the SDK. This is the actual string that's being received, and then we're using the change nodes to make sense of it and grab any of these informations. When we do the message.payload.battery, BAT for battery or H for height, along here we can see what to do for all the other data sets available. And of course, if you were to add more command nodes to send out, you could copy and paste those and do something like, perhaps this time you want to turn clockwise 90 degrees. We can see up here on the SDK that rotating clockwise is an option, and we do CW and then X for that. So we'd open this up, of course, change it to turn 90 degrees clockwise. To keep everything straight, again, you'd delete message.payload, set message.payload.tello.cmd to CW, and then put 90 here for the message.payload.tello value to the new string, because you want to turn 90 degrees in this case. And you could click that. At this point, definitely deploy your flow, check out the commands you just made, and get creative. See which other ones do you want to try. Go ahead, make lots. Over here, have a flow with lots of commands and even buttons, which is what we'll look at next, is making a dashboard to control all of this, because it's awesome to have the commands like this so you can control your drone every which way, but it's even better if you have a user-friendly